Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Fate Extra. Yay! On my last recording session, actually recorded quite a bit. I recorded the entirety of week 2, so I already completed this week. So there shouldn't be a lack of episodes for a while, I guess. Maybe even up to 2 weeks worth of footage here. Because the last week took me, well, that had the prologue in it as well, but that took me, 2 weeks to get uploaded. Because of the uploading schedule I have. Super Robot Wars is always, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but it's not always guaranteed. I would like to say guaranteed, but the last week I just had in the stage was just way harder than I expected to be, so it took me a while to actually complete the stage. But yeah, I've recorded a lot in advance for Fate Extra, so you shouldn't be worried about not having episodes for a while. And I genuinely like the game. It's somehow keeping me more engaged in Valkyria Chronicles, which I may somehow eventually go back to. But this game, I don't know. I've been more interested in what's going on than in Valkyria Chronicles. For some reason. But I may go back to it eventually. I mean, it's kind of like with in Ozma 11-3 when I played that. It was one of the fastest walkthroughs I've ever done. Simply because I liked the game a lot and recorded it whenever I could and upload like hour-long episodes all the time. Now keep in mind that was all live commentary, so now I can't do that anymore. I hope that I won't get interrupted during this episode, during the commentary recording for this episode, because as I expected someone, I wanted to record this later, but I have something to do later. I don't know how long it's going to take, and somebody should have come over by now and they haven't. So I just hope they don't come over in the middle of this recording session, I suppose. But even then, if that happens, I don't know. Because it's hard to stop the recording and then do it over again. Actually, I suppose I can do it. I suppose I can do it. Now that I think about it. I might be able to do it. I would have to do something like pressing stop in 3, 2, 1. Stop, cut everything else, and then pressing play in 3, 2, 1. I won't explain all the details, but I suppose I can pause during a live when I'm recording commentary. Although it might be a bit difficult. Usually in cutscenes like this, I would usually keep my mouth shut, but considering that they're speaking in Japanese, and a lot of you don't speak Japanese, I assume it's not that big of a deal. In big cutscenes, I'll probably keep my mouth shut, but and for this little introductory cutscene to this person, I don't really care that much. Like when Shinji and even Shinji was disappearing, I think I kept quiet during that. The fan. Something. Oh no, I know why. I put the gain a little bit up, and that's why the back. I can see the background noise when I'm silent in the recording, and I'm looking right now, and it appears that it's louder than usual. But I think that's because I upped the gain while I was recording. Up the gain on my microphone like the second I started recording. But in case you guys haven't noticed, I started doing noise removal on my commentary, so there should be infinitely less background noise than there was before. So that's good. This was quiet for a few seconds just in case I needed to get the new thing. Because I won't bore you with details of noise removal. So supposedly we're different somehow, as we don't have a star, I guess. Now supposedly it is possible for a person to have purple eyes, but they're really pale if they do have purple eyes. I don't know much about the condition besides that they're really pale and have purple eyes, so I won't delve deeper into that, but it is possible to have purple eyes, so I suppose not entirely unrealistic that this person has purple eyes. And now I say suppose a lot for some reason. I was going to go on a tangent, a little bit of a tangent, just saying suppose a lot just to annoy people, I suppose. But yes, Taiga gives us another request and we're gonna have to do it. Now the editing has become a little bit of an issue for me with this series, because on the recordings for the series, like all the recording footage now gets placed in an external hard drive now, and I usually just edit right from that external, like I guess I'll say I edit right from that external hard drive. It's like I don't put it on my normal hard drive and then I don't put the footage on my normal hard drive and then edit. I edit the footage on my when it's on my external hard drive, and it's USB 3.0. But whenever it's in my whenever I edit it, like the video editing software goes really slow, so it's a bit annoying to edit. Like when the footage is on my normal hard drive, no matter how big the file is, it's completely fine. But when it's on the external hard drive, it just goes slower than usual. It's not a big of a deal, but so like the editing between not random battles, but against normal monsters won't be as smooth as was before. So it'll be some variations with the battles, like timing variations, I guess you can call it. But the battles overall will be edited out anyway. Just might be like maybe the battle will start for a second and then be edited, and maybe the results screen will just happen to end. You'll only see it for a split second. So it's that kind of thing. It's not that I want to edit out battles just because my recording software goes slow, but because it's a bit of annoying to all the time perfectly edit out a battle. I guess is what I want to say. it's odd seeing this first floor again after like completing this entire week and just seeing this floor here. Now, because there are events in certain floors from now on that'll be happening all the time. First time going through, you know, the floor, I'll show the floor off entirely. But when I need to revisit a floor for an event, I'll show off. I'll show me going to the event, but I'll do my best to avoid random battles as I'm going towards an event. But I will do grinding off screen, so don't. So if you see me going towards like the end of a dungeon, I just go there and then end the recording and then I do my grinding and then go back there, so it's a bit seamless, I guess. I'm saying I guess a lot as well. So don't just go ahead if you're following my playthrough, if you're playing as I'm playing. So don't go ahead. I do grinding. So you may want to, you can play along, but if you see me going towards the end of the dungeon, you might want to wait for a second and see if I grind. This is just a warning. Now, these fish bites, as we all know, it'd be best to ignore them for now. There'll be better enemies for grinding later on. I do grind a bit in this floor, but not too much. Yeah, I recommend when you're fighting these guys, a lot of your magic skills, because it'll do a lot of damage to them if you're playing as caster. If you're playing as archer or saber, you should be fine. You might want to use skills anyway, but with caster, you definitely want to use skills. Now, I'm not sure if caster right now has it. No, she doesn't, but eventually she gets a skill where she'll recover some MP when she uses break, and that is actually a pretty good skill for the is it called an elimination battle? Well, the battle against Dan and his servant, it'll be useful for there. I'll go more in depth when we actually, you know, fight them, but as is for right now, we don't really have I don't really have an interest in explaining, because it's not relevant right now. Anything? Oh, what's that noise? The car went by. Sorry. I know I picked up somewhat in the mic because I can see the volume. So yes, I just oh yeah, we're looking for Dan's some items that belong to Dan. They're not random at all, so if you go to the exact same places as I go, you should find them. So you need them all, so get them all. It's really not that hard to get all of them. So I do some grinding, and I get up to level 13, I believe. I think I was level 12 before. And then I leave. It doesn't take that long to grind in this game, to be honest. It's easier on the second floor. So if you really don't want to grind on this first floor, then I guess you can wait till the second floor, but you have a bit of a tougher time with the enemies there, considering you're a lower level than me. Some of the enemies are still the same. Insanities and swindlers are still on the second floor. So you can grind on those for a little bit if you're not my level yet and you're on this if you didn't feel like grinding yet. On the second floor it's a lot easier to grind. I originally wanted to grind up to quite a higher level than I am, but I just stopped at the level I stopped grinding at. You'll find out eventually. I guess I don't want to spoil it right from the get-go. Now, if you want to go to the commissary or the chapel, do it. There's an event that happens on the first floor on this day, so do what I did. You're probably wondering why, is because you won't have a chance to go over here this day if you go to the arena. No, actually, not if you go to if you go to the first floor, because you'll have to go to the arena the second you go on the first floor. You won't have a chance to go back here, so use the skip travel button. Now, as I said before, focus on magic for caster, and only focus on other. I guess you can do what I've been doing, but you want to focus on magic for caster. That'll be where you want to put most of your SP points. No. I don't need another alteration. Now we head towards the first floor, and this is where the event takes place. Now, no matter what character you're playing as, press the option to go to the arena. Unless you want to see the game over screen, pick the other option. I don't want to call it how this game handles game overs, because it's more often than not it's the first option is the game over. I've noticed that several times already, that the game over option is the first one. Oh yes, if you haven't gotten all the triggers and stuff in the arena before this day, you might want to load a previous save and go back and get all the items and everything in this arena, because I believe the second cipher trigger is generated in the next day, and you won't have a chance to get any item in the arena on this day. So if you haven't gotten it yet, you're kind of screwed. Sure, you can go get it on the next day, but you'll have less time to get the other cipher key on the second floor, as you have less time. I mean, I suppose you could try to get the cipher key or trigger on the arena today if you have a lot of MP restoring items for your guy there, but I don't think it's worth it buying a bunch just to survive this day. And this is the reason why you don't really have any chance to do anything on this. You're poisoned, and your HP is your MP. So you lose like 10 MP every few seconds. So you're gonna have to run out of here as soon as you can. As you can see, I'm losing quite a bit of MP. You really don't have any chance of getting anything on this day. If you do, you're screwed. There's no way. Now, I don't know if the poison stops once you reach the exit. I don't think it does, but I didn't bother to check. It might no longer affect you, but I don't take a chance and I just go back. The poison might stop affecting you at that point, but I don't take any chances. So I don't get what exactly stops the poison from affecting me. I mean, this is what did the caster do something to stop the poison, or did the poison was just not affect me anymore because I'm no longer in the arena? I don't know. So supposedly, what's his name? Oh, Archer here can stay alive for quite a bit after his master dies, but I don't think that's used at all in this game, so I don't expect him to come back after this week. Thanks. Kind of surprising that an AI is telling you all of this. And Dan comes to visit us. I've talked for quite a bit, and this video is over in around 8 minutes, so I won't bother trying to record some extra commentary if I happen to be interrupted in the middle of this. So I might stop talking in a few minutes, but the video should be going on without my commentary, because I'm not going to re-record 20 minutes of this. If it was only like 10 minutes, I would have re-recorded, but with only like 8 minutes left, there's no point in me re-recording everything. Or me trying to sync up another audio file with this one. Now, if you have the chance, I would recommend actually picking up this game and playing it. You might want to use a guide, but it might be more fun without the guide. It is possible, but you'll have to check like everywhere, every day, and you have to go to your private room every day in case there's a special conversation with your servant. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Now that I've noticed, I'm kind of have a different tone of voice right now. And I'm quite unsure of why that is. Did I suddenly change? Am I a different person? No. But yeah, I've just noticed there's a different tone. It might not be that noticeable to you guys, but to me it is noticeable because I don't usually talk like this, I guess, in this tone. I don't know what tone I have. You know, I'm overthinking things. I've been talking the same. There's no difference. Nothing at all. So we learned about the U-bow in the library. Had a teacher that would go nuts whenever you said library instead of library. It's not that big of a deal. Saying library. I'm sure a lot of people say library instead of library. I even say library sometimes if I'm, you know, just saying it real quick. But I'm not going to go apeshit on somebody because they just said library instead of library. Library. Anyway, Tiger gives us another request. And I go to the commissary. I don't know how the heck you pronounce that. I'll buy a bunch of ether shards, I believe. You're gonna want to buy quite a bit of these. You get a lot of money if you're gonna do grinding, like I've done. So don't worry about money right now. Let's see here. I say you want ether shards because you're gonna want to use them on the fish heads, whatever the fish bites. I think they might have been called. Those enemies I said to ignore for the most part in the first arena because they're gonna be in the second arena floor. Well, they're gonna be in the second floor of this arena, and they're not too tough, but they do a lot of damage. That's their only issue. All the other enemies on the second floor are relatively easy compared to those fish heads. There is an EXE horn, which is recolor of that bull enemy, which might have been just called horn in the first week. Its pattern is essentially the same, although sometimes in the third. By pattern, I mean it's either attack, break guard, or something like that. It never does two commands in a row, the same two commands in a row. But, like, sometimes, not all the times, it'll say attack, it'll be like attack, guard, break, and then it'll switch it up by being break, guard, attack instead. Usually, a lot of the time, he keeps it. It's the same pattern for the entirety of his attack, like attack guard, break. He sometimes switches it up, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal because he does do a bit of damage, but you'll get half the you'll get half the pattern right most of the time. I don't think he's done enough damage where I was worried about getting killed, but because I wasn't sure of how strong they were in this first part here, I did use a lot of ether. I did use a lot of ether shards when I first fought them, just to make sure I wouldn't be put in a situation like with those fish heads where I died the first time. Fish bites, where I died the first time. Well, I didn't die the first time I fought them. I died like when fighting the fourth one because I was unprepared. Yeah. And I think the video ends right here. So I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye. I'm still here, but yeah, the video ends here. So I'll see you guys.